So let's talk about some of the most deadliest war in modern history. First, we are start with Congolese. Everybody hear about Congo, but during the 90s, the Congo was nothing for laugh with, bro. Worse at 20 million times worse than down at the little Tivoli incursion. Massacre. People are get unalived from all different things, starvation, whatever. So first thing I need to know, the Congolese War, the second Congolese War started around 1998, ended around 2003, which around 5 to 6 years plus. Alright, which result into humanitarian crisis, meaning earthquake, starvation, sickness, etc., 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 right? Now, how much people lost their lives during that time of the crisis that lasts around 6 years? Over 5 million. From around 3 million to 5 million people lost their life, and half of that death toll was mostly kids under 5-year-old, bro. So that was crazy, right? Now, a lot of people die from what you call preventable outcomes, like starve and dead, little sickness we could get medicine or whatever. People just lost them life through that, bro. Who did really go on with them warrior? Multiple nations over Africa. Is with them militia group. Them war them each other, and it just spread all over the place. People are starved, people are dead, and it was crazy, bro. The next most deadly war was in China. Them call it the Taiping Rebellion War. This war did crazy, bro. It did have two Chinese groups, right? A fight for power at the time. It did have the Qing Dynasty, and it did have the Taiping Heavenly at the time, right? No, the war started around in 1850 and ended in 1864, which was approximately 4 years to be exact, 14 years to be exact, the war going for, which resulted into around 30 plus million people lost them life. Them said that was actually like 5 to 10% of China population at the time. Now we are going to look on what was the cause of most of the death them. Well, it said, while many combatants die, which is combatants are like people who definitely sign up and say, yeah, we are going to war. We are war for whatever cause we are war for. Is what I say? Alright. So the combatants, while many said combatants died, the vast majority of fatalities were civilians. So you see it in every war all the time, and a soldier them are who start the war or who are the direct cause of the war lost them life. And normally innocent people basically, cause civilians always be the one on the end of the stick, bro. So now, we say mostly fatalities was civilians, right? Resulting from systematic slaughter, meaning systematic slaughter or systematical slaughter is basically when a group of individuals or organization, militia group, specifically target a group of people and unalive them. So that was one of the next things during the China, the Taiping Rebellion War. You have a group of people who just go around and target some specific people and wipe it out. Like you go to one village and just wipe it out. Genocide, basically. As I say, you're not spare nobody. You target, you say, alright, over back to special me I go. Over Riverton me I go specially. We get rid of them people basically. Cause them are, yeah. So during that time you did have systematic slaughter, mass so, and you have side that go on as well. Like a lot of people take them life. Alright. And then you did have now the extreme famine which is expected during every big conflict. As well, I say, because everything start to disrupt. I say things stop function properly. So famine are come in place, and then you have the disease also that's contribute to all those people who lost them life, over 30 plus million people. In at the end, who win the war? As I tell you, they have the Taiping Heavenly and you have the Qing Dynasty. Well, the Qing Dynasty end up come out on top, and then the Taiping Rebellion, them Heavenly Rebellion, them they end up go to the south side of China and run Beijing side this, and then the Qing Dynasty did attack them again, and eventually they wipe them out completely. So yeah, that's one of the next most deadliest war in history. Now, the next most deadliest event in history was the World War One. Everybody know about it. So World War One basically start in July, right? July the 28th to be exact, 1914, and ended in 19 18. So it lasts around 4 years, 3 months, 14 days to be exact, right? During that time, it resulted into millions of people lost in their life, around 15 to 22 million people. That, of course, include civilians and also military personnel. Now, it also it also consists of multiple soldiers from other countries. Because they have the German, they have the Russians, and of course they have France during that time. And just a reminder, during that same World War One, you did have another deadly event that connect to it, which was in the Armenia genocide, which led to around 1.5 people lost their life. And who do that? It was the Turks, the young Turks at the time. Them call them the young, yeah, them call them the young Turks, right? Them was a part of the Ottoman Empire, basically. So them did carry out the genocide upon the Armenian people. Now, let's go back to the World War One, where did have around 9.7 soldiers lost them life, right? Now it's split in a three, basically. You did have the the German them will last most of them soldier around 2 million odd soldier them last. Then you have the Russian them on the other hand will lose around 1.9 million soldier. Then you have the France soldier them now last much of them dead around 1.3 million of them they lost them life. And then you have the civilian that of course you know civilian are lost them life once big war are gone. Now, upon the civilian side, around 6.7 million people did lost them life, and later that number end up go up, right? Because you know you'd have famine coming, people are starved, sickness, whatever. So in total, you did have around 37 million casualties during that time, to be exact. So it was a crazy war, World War One. So you see, no war no good.